Hello Capricorn, it's Marina from the Butterfly Effect. This is your weekly reading for the week beginning on 29th of July, or for whenever you come across this reading. It is a Lenormand reading. It has been split into money, work and love and relationships, but the story does ultimately merge. There's no way around it. I have tried. These are your main messages for the week. I have to say I have sort of veered into public domain stories here because there is something very fishy going on. There is losses and corruption and robbery and all sorts. But let me, and I will reiterate, take what resonates and leave what doesn't. So Violet Duchess with the Mildew Fairy. Something just reeks to high heaven here and somebody knows it. Violet Duchess is very prim and proper. Doesn't really like to make waves, but there's something bubbling in under the surface here, and I really do feel she's about to erupt. She may actually be collecting information, carrying out some sort of investigation, but she knows there's something smelly here. And when Mildew Fairy turns up, it is a clean up time. I mean, this might even involve like filthy homes is kind of what I'm getting. If it's not, you know, a straight up scandal of some sort, it can be to do with, I might even have a corrupt landlord here who's not maintaining his properties for his tenants. And that could be vice versa. You know, you've got tenants that you can't move on and they're continually trashing your property. So there is something to do with property here, quite possibly, but it feels in a bigger scale with the Tower. The Tower is about organisations, government places, head offices, lawyers. It's big. It's bigger than just, you know, you've got a tenant in your property and they've got 15 cats, that sort of thing. But there is basically something that stinks, somebody knows it, and someone is on the verge of taking some action, Capricorn. Okay, let's have a look at the money specifically. So we've got the mice, the Tower and the home card here. I have got clarification, which you can't see because I'm trying to make it look a little bit tidier. So there is some sort of, before I get into clarification, this can suggest that on the money front there is a bit of a loss here. It does feel more like stolen property, robbery or burglary, and it's probably, if it's on a smaller level, mundane level, is between a couple that are divorcing. It feels like there's some sort of like diminishment in lifestyle here. This couple do appear to be still married. They're probably going through a divorce, and the mice could simply be that the cost of the divorce itself, or the legal situation, is continually nibbling away at someone's resources here. It's like a dripping tap. It sort of never seems to end. There's a lot of conflict around this. This can be someone who's working really hard to cover their losses or to continue to pay for a court case. And it could be that they're dealing, some people, with a corrupt workplace, a company, or even the government here. But it is probably a divorce where property is involved and someone is waiting on the divorce. There is a mature woman here on the Tower card. When a Tower card represents a person, this is someone who can be pretty isolated or who is just in separation. But it does suggest there's a lonely woman who, I actually think, if it's the same woman, it's just someone who's maybe yearning for love, waiting for her divorce as well, but maybe looking to move on, or yearning for attention from her other half, who she maybe even still shares a home with, even though they are going through a divorce. But there is a sort of hardening of attitudes here. There's definitely no love in the situation, or she's not feeling any love in the situation. She seems very keen to move on, to move house specifically. She has got her, I feel her expectations are unreasonable in a situation. I don't know specifically what she's hoping for, but either she's dealing with someone who has been irresponsible, and maybe promiscuous, or she's just, I feel she's just really unsettled. It does seem to be more than these two involved in this affair, you know, situation. But there's a lot of bickering, there's a lot of to and froing between them, and a lot of waiting, particularly here. This is the mature man has come through on the house. This is usually a pretty private individual, and with a you know, keeps himself to himself, usually a family man. He's sort of trying to take like the big picture view on it. Yeah, he seems more settled, almost settled into the fact that it's going to take as long as it takes, than possibly the woman does here. Mature man and mature women, so they're usually a little bit older. I do have a main male coming up here who may be another individual in the mix. I don't know how many times readings recently I've had 2 men and a woman in my reading. A lot of them. So yeah, there could be some losses here basically. Certainly a week to be careful of, you know, your private property, your household, that sort of thing. I am getting, because I sort of like went out the, you know, our daily lives picture. I mean, this can literally be a corrupt government, and it might be involved with a real estate agency, or care homes, or hospitals. There is, because there's a thief here. There's a thief down here, and this is like big money being stolen. This is like official pilfering of public resources. This could even be like a corrupt judiciary system. This could be like there's something, I think I've already said, landlords, care homes, hospitals, maternities. It just feels bigger than Ma and Pa are getting a divorce here and nobody's happy. It feels bigger than that, is what I'm going to say. Just said it. On the work front, this woman here, who may be the mature woman, but I'm not convinced that she is, she's feeling pretty unstable. I think she may have unrealistic expectations yet again. She seems to have built her foundations on something a bit rocky here. Again, there is a kind of feeling for waiting here to, like, you know, have a new start. There is something coming in here. Her thoughts are very much on love, or someone is thinking of her in a loving way, and it may be a relationship that somebody doesn't want to end, or might be coming back around, even though it's related to work. And there's communication here, is message, and it is like official news. I keep getting that there's a big win for someone. This is like a lottery win. This could literally be, with the clover and the tower here, like, you know, Camelot, an official lottery win. And it's one that's being kept private if somebody does win. But this is also an invitation to work. And with the magnifying glass here, it's someone who's maybe been asked to look into corruption, to look into, you know, infested properties. It may be some sort of job involving maybe proofreading or investigation, or research. And it does seem like a big job. And the weird thing is, and what I got on this, is the hangman isn't dead. Yeah. Someone's work, someone's researching, are going to be asked to do that. And it's to do with someone who's maybe faked their own death. The hangman wasn't hung, is what I'm getting. there's just massive corruption here, basically. I've got the King of Pentacles in reverse down here. I've got Magician in reverse on the clover, and it's big. And I've got a Thief as well. So on the love relationships, we have got Time. So this is on the main male, and he's a wolf spirit in reverse. So his knowledge is off, or he's been unwise. He's made a poor decision. But it does seem to have resulted in some sort of great fortune here, but it's corrupt. Seven of Swords, King of Pentacles in reverse, Magician in reverse. Someone is like hoarding wealth here, holding on to what they've garnered or stolen. The mice can be stolen, like stolen property. It's been done deceptively, and he's holding on to it. But it is a great fortune. It's the biggest card in the deck. Great fortune with the bouquet can also be big luck, really big luck. And the Tower is big, large. And it's almost been like locked up in the Tower. Someone has amassed an enormous fortune here, deceptively. And then we have the Stork. And this is the Thief. Now the Stork is usually, I mean, it can represent babies, but it's also about immigration. Someone is researching where to immigrate to, or actually immigrating and having a brand new start somewhere. This sort of combination, this main male here would be probably single, a bit of a chancer, a gambler, a gamer, an opportunist for sure. And they have this money and they're looking to take flight to a new abode, and they're researching it. It may involve another woman or a woman. I actually saw this as Ghislaine Maxwell. And she's been left. I asked what's been stolen, and I got the feel like somebody's new beginning, someone's ability to travel, to leave, to take flight. And it's the King of Pentacles in reverse. King of Pentacles in reverse is I mean, he is like your corrupt financial advisor. There's banking stuff all over this. This is like looting and yeah. What's been stolen is someone's freedom, someone's happiness, and possibly the Empress, someone's wife even. So yeah, I mean, as I say, I find it difficult, apart from the first line, to relate it specifically to maybe you know, a regular tarot Lenormand reading. It seems bigger than that for what's coming in. And obviously Capricorn does represent the patriarchy and the banking system, etc. So there's some losses here. And on a personal level, it's definitely a week to be very cautious with your property, with your money, who you're engaging with, that sort of thing. But the Hangman isn't hung. Advice for Capricorn for the coming week, please. This is all smoke and mirrors down here. Advice for Capricorn for the coming week. Harness mystic power. Capricorn advice. Grow wise. This is my crone. Be brave. The High Priestess is all-knowing. She is your psychic, your oracle. but she keeps the secrets to herself. Okay, let's see. What is the High Priestess for Capricorn's advice? The High Priestess for Capricorn's advice this week. I sort of feel like somebody knows something. The High Priestess advice for Capricorn this week. The Wise One for Capricorn. Wise One. The Sad and the Knight. Be brave and honest, Capricorn. About trickery. This is coming back to this, the Violet Duchess. Somebody knows. The Wise One knows here. She is both the crone and she's the High Priestess. And I think it's sort of time for her to speak up, maybe. Because she knows that there's fronting going on here. She knows there's trickery, she or he, and it is time to speak up about the situation. The Knight is, I mean, he is actually incredibly sad about the situation. He does have a tear. And as much as somebody doesn't want to, you know, make waves and create any more aggro in their life here, there is a necessity to speak up about something that is dodgy, because it's not going to get fixed otherwise, and that is known. All right, Capricorn, that is your reading. Please like, subscribe. Have a great week. Talk to you soon.